Okay. Okay, I'm hoping that you can hear me here. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I'm Ilima Hong, and I share information about wellness and positivity. And I find that has become such an important topic for many of us. And as we're entering into 2023, what kind of really practical, simple steps can you take to improve your life, right? Enter into 2023 and put your wellness and your health at the top of your list of priorities, right? How do you do that? Well, you get that from information. You find out from other people's stories and lives and how they might have overcome challenges themselves and what did they do to overcome those challenges, right? And that's what I share here in my presentations. I make sure that I introduce myself. I tell you my story about what I really overcame in 2022. And I love to share how, what did I do to, what practices that I do to sort of get me through that challenge. Okay. If you don't know me, I'm Ilima Hong. I'm 52 years old. I'm been married 23 years. My two children are young adults. They're in college. And I have 25 years of business and education experience, okay? And in 2022, I was faced with a very abrupt challenge, right? I was not expecting it. If you're like me, kind of just more mature in your career and I was making decisions along the way. I got myself certified. I improved my skills in my profession. I invested money and time and commitment, right? And I found that even though I did that and I was well on my way to being, well on my way on my journey in my career, thought I was making those right choices. But if you work in a 9 to 5 or if you work for someone else, regardless of what you do to prepare yourself and to get yourself on a path, someone else can still come in and change that path for you with or without your input, with or without support. Okay. So you can face that. And that's what I faced, right? I was given this information that my job, my position, my purpose were all going to change abruptly. And I had no say. I just had to accept it. Okay. So needless to say, it was difficult, right? I had some reaction to it. Okay. And I had to regroup. And I found out that this was going to change, in a period of time. And I had to regroup quickly. And I had to be a role model for the rest of my family who were understandably wanting to protect me, right? Understandably, they were thinking that I was hurt by what was going on in my job. And so I had to regroup and I had to share and talk to each of them. And I had to be the role model. And I had to tell them, which I did. And I told them, I said, I'm not hurt. Okay, I'm going to be fine. Mom's going to be fine. I don't want any of you feeling like you have to defend me. Okay, you have to sit back and watch me get through this. Okay, and when I need your help, I'll let you know. Right. So over time, I had to do some soul searching and I had to be better clear and better attuned to my values and what was important to me. Right. And so the 3 things that I made sure that I communicated to my family and I communicated to myself were the 3 things were what I had what I did have control over for the most part, and what my employer had no control over me, was my health. Okay. And I was very thankful that my health was okay. I was healthy. My relationships. So the time and investment that I put into my relationships with my family and with my nice small circle of friends was unshakable. Okay. No one could impact those relationships. They were all positive and healthy. And then the third thing that I made sure that I was aware of, and I put at the forefront, was really my capacity. Okay. No one, my employer, or no one for that matter, could negate or impact the capacity I had to learn. Okay. And these are things, guys, that everybody has, the capacity to learn, right? So I had those things, and I knew that those were intact. They all required my attention, right? My health requires my attention, my relationships requires my attention, and my capacity to learn also still requires me to be involved in it, right? And so as long as I was putting my eyes and my attention and my heart on all three of those areas, I would be okay. Okay. So I'm wondering, go ahead and put in the comments here, really, have you experienced something like this? Have you experienced something that was very challenging to you? And what did you do? What were some of the first things you did when you were faced with that? I'd love to know, I'd love to hear, and you share in the group here, really, what did you go through? Okay. And by sharing that with all of us, we can learn from you as well. You're not just needing to learn from me. Okay. I can gain so much from the interaction and engagement I have with all of you. Okay. So go ahead and put that in the comments. Don't hesitate. Also indicate in the comments if you're watching the live, you go #live, or if you're going to watch the replay, which will be in this video as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start to share my presentation. So the one thing that I turned to that really saved me, guys, I put it in my title of this presentation, the one thing that saved me. I'm going to start to share that. Okay. Let me go back. Wait. Let me get out of here. I'm going to double check. Here it is. I'm going to double check that I have access to this. I'm going to share my presentation. Okay. So what's the one thing? Well, it's journaling. Okay. Go ahead and list in your comments too. Have you employed journaling? Are you journaling? Even if it's not every day, are you finding a way to put words to paper to just sort of create an opportunity for you to reflect, right, on what's happening? And I find here that journaling has become a lifesaver for me. Okay. So journaling is actually a wellness practice, right? It's writing in a journal gives you a safe place to work through your thoughts and feelings. And if you haven't journaled, right, and now, so this type of wellness journaling I'm talking about, it's not documenting your day, right? Okay, so today I woke up at 8 and I did this, I had my coffee, I went and did some errands, and I bumped into such and such, right? That's not the kind of journaling I'm talking about. I'm talking about an opportunity to reflect on your thoughts and your feelings. Okay. And it's a practice. Journaling provides you with the ability to recognize patterns. Okay. And it's more so about possible negative self-talk. Okay. And the negative beliefs that we all have. It's negative and it's limiting. Okay. And it's beliefs that we all share. We all have it. But there's ways that you can reframe those thoughts and create more positive and realistic ideas. Okay. Are you finding that you are thinking about some negative things and they haven't happened yet. Okay, so you're worried about, maybe your coworker saying something about a project that you both completed, right? But she hasn't said it yet, but you're worried that she's going to say it, right? How many of us are kind of living in that conversation and we're thinking like it really happened, but it didn't. It's actually probably not going to happen. So by journaling in every day or creating a sort of a practice of it, although you can be talking, I know I mentioned like you're not really documenting your day, but you might be saying to yourself, like, I'm so pleased with this, completing this project that I did. But of course, so-and-so at work is going to say this, and this, and this. Okay. If you find yourself, because now that you've journaled and you're able to put things on paper, you're able to look back, okay, on your entries, and you might be able to see a pattern. And you can fix that pattern of negative thoughts and limiting beliefs with journaling. Okay. You're also going to find when you're keeping a journal that you see the links between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Okay. You find over time that you might have been thinking about a negative situation. And then when you were approached, maybe with an opportunity around that situation, you chose not to take it. Okay. If you were not thinking negatively about that scenario, that situation, you might have taken up that opportunity. Okay. So what we think and feel really impacts our decision and our choices. And if you want your decisions and your choices to be best aligned with who you are, and you want to have ease in making those decisions, then you have to create that clarity. Okay. And you can do that with journaling. Journaling also helps you keep track of progress and growth over time. It helps you see your life, sort of improving and getting better. Okay. And it's when you are very intentional in what you're writing through, right? If you're talking just writing, you're writing about things that are coming to your mind and to your heart, then when you're able to go back and look at past entries, you'll be surprised at how much of a growth and evolution you'll feel today from past entries, even as short as a week ago. You're going to start to see your self-talk and your thought process is more positive. So journaling is a form of mindfulness, right? It helps you be more present in the moment and aware of your thoughts and feelings. And I was mentioning that, right? That you're not trying to document past situations a whole lot. You're not living in the past in your journal, okay? You're in the moment. These entries that you put in that helps you stay present, they can help you understand and accept your feelings rather than avoid and hide them. Okay. Many of us, including me, have suppressed a lot of our emotions. Okay. And we've been conditioned to sort of do that. Haven't we? Right. Like, hold your chin up, right? Be strong, get through this. But through journaling, you can recognize and accept that these emotions are there. Okay. They're just there. Right? They don't have to rule you. You don't have to be reactive to them, but they are there, right? And you're not suppressing them, okay? You are coexisting with these emotions. The best thing that I found and most rewarding in my journaling practice that helped me overcome the stress and anxiety I was feeling about the changes that I faced with my job was gratitude. Really, I was able to quickly identify things that I'm thankful for, right? I was able to pay attention to these things right away and list them right away. The beauty of nature, the blessings that I had around me, a stable home, a loving relationship, these intangible, some of them were very intangible things that exist around me every day. And by identifying them and seeing them, pop up, and I'm writing them in my journal, I found that I saw them more and more. So my day was actually filled with more positivity and positive occurrences of things. This is something that is powerful, okay? The results and the rewards of journaling can also help you understand what upsets you and have better control, okay? And control is not always a good term that I'm trying to reach for. It's more awareness, and you are aware of these upset feelings, and you're actually more aware of them actually coming up and rising to the surface. You're aware of them, and then you're not reactive to them, okay? So you're out in your day and you bump into someone, okay? And they may have made a sort of a backdoor comment, something that was a little dig on you. And in the past, before journaling, that would have really not necessarily hurt my feelings, but I would have found myself replaying that conversation over, okay? And I was not reflecting on it, that's for sure. I was just replaying it, and it was hurting me, okay? But through the act of journaling, I might have written in an entry, hey, I bumped into such and such, and this is what she said, and I found that really curious, and these are the feelings I got from it. So in that sense, you're kind of noting, what you're feeling about that conversation. That way you're not needing to replay it over in your head. You've already put it on paper. It's done. It's past. Okay. And that's what I love about it, because being able to recognize that these scenarios are past and behind us, I'm able to let it go. And I also let go of the hurt feeling, right? So ultimately, I do have control over these emotions. I hope this was, helpful. It's brief. It's a brief presentation. It's just sort of a snip of what I cover in my courses and my longer presentations, right? Take this information. I hope it was helpful. I'd love to hear in the comments, share with me, what did you find that was useful? Are you journaling yourself? Do you have a practice of journaling, which is phenomenal if you are? And share in the comments, how has it been rewarding for you? What are other wellness practices that you want to engage in? Because I share that too in my group. You'll see a link to, if you're not already in my Facebook group, Essential Balance and Abundance, you'll see a link. I'll put it in my, where I play this recording over again on my page and so forth. And I'll play it also in the group as well, of course. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so thankful that we were able to spend some time. I thoroughly appreciate being able to share my story, and I'm just really hoping that it's helpful to you too. You can go ahead and leave me a comment in below the presentation here. Let me know again what kind of wellness practices and tips you have to share. Go ahead and have a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful rest of your day, and take an intentional step for the coming week to put yourself at the top of your priority list. Put your wellness and your health as a priority in 2023, and live the kind of signature lifestyle that includes abundance, right, for all of us. Thanks so much.